Questions 1 through 5.
Listen to a conversation between a teacher and a student.
Hello, I was wondering if I could ask you something.
Sure, what is it?
Well, it's just a general question about studying French. You see, I want to go abroad to study in Paris sometime in the future, so I thought I'd learn French. And since you're the French teacher, I'd like to see you first.
I see. Have you ever studied French before?
No, but I'm planning on taking the introductory French course next semester.
That's a good start. It would be helpful to learn new words and basic grammar. One thing I recommend is to not get discouraged. A lot of students find learning another language difficult at first and just give up.
I'll keep that in mind. Anything else?
Try to practice as much as possible. I know that may be hard because there aren't many French speakers in this town, but you could always join the French club at the community center and get together with other students who learn the language.
The French club?
Yes, it has special lecturers who come in to teach French. Besides, they do lots of fun things like watching French films and cooking French food in the club. This helps you learn about French culture, too.
That sounds very interesting.
It's important to understand the culture of the country before you start to learn its language. You can learn the language more easily if you know its culture enough. After all, language and culture are related.
Okay, thank you for your advice.
Now get ready to answer some questions about the conversation. 1. What is the main reason the student meets the teacher? 2. What does the teacher not suggest for studying French? 3. Why does the teacher mention the French club? 4. What can be inferred from the conversation? 5. What will the student probably do next?
Question 6 through 10.
Listen to a lecture in a music class. One of the greatest composers in the history of classical music is Ludwig van Beethoven. He was born in Bonn, Germany, on December 17, 1770. His first music teacher was his own father. Beethoven's father was a very rough man who treated young Beethoven very harshly and beat him often. Sometimes his father would come home drunk with his friends and embarrass Beethoven by making him perform in the middle of the night. Also, Beethoven's father would force Beethoven to practice several hours every day. If Beethoven ever made a mistake, his father would punch his ears as punishment. In 1792, Beethoven moved to Vienna, Austria, where he studied piano under Joseph Haydn. It was when he began to receive attention for his musical talents and began to earn a living as a musician. Instead of working only for the church or the aristocratic court, Beethoven was the first musician to earn money through freelance work. He composed music which could be sold and received money from rich patrons. Moreover, he made money from giving concerts and private lessons. When he was in his late 20s, Beethoven began to lose his hearing. This made it difficult for Beethoven to listen to music or to even have a normal conversation. By 1802, Beethoven lost his hearing completely, yet he continued to compose music. Although he couldn't hear anything, he completed his final symphony, the Ninth Symphony, in 1824. When the symphony was first performed, Beethoven didn't even notice the audience's enthusiastic applause at the end. Someone had to turn him around to let him see with his own eyes how much they loved his music. Now get ready to answer some questions about the lecture. 6. What is the main topic of the lecture? 7. According to the lecture, what is true about Beethoven's childhood? 8. Why does the teacher mention the Ninth Symphony? 9. What is the difference between Beethoven and earlier composers? 10. What can be inferred from the lecture?